Ankur Warikoo, do epic shit. Align your actions, values, and mindset to create lasting success. You don't need someone to tell you how to live your life. You already have the answers within you. What you might need, though, is a reminder. Sometimes all it takes is for someone else to put into words the thoughts you've had before, but never taken the time to fully explore. In this blink, you'll explore how self-awareness strengthens relationships, why consistency fuels success, and how setbacks can reveal what truly matters. These insights may be simple, but they have the power to reshape the way you approach life as a whole. This is an invitation to pause, reflect, and take small but meaningful steps forward. Engage with these ideas, let them sink in, and consider what they mean for you. What comes next is an opportunity to reflect, take action, and make choices that align with the person you aspire to be. Success and failure are part of the same story. Have you ever looked at your failures and wondered whether they're holding you back or actually pushing you forward? It might not feel like it at the time, but every setback can teach you something essential about yourself and your potential. Mistakes don't define you, what you do with them does. Success is about staying true to your values and finding growth in the process, rather than just chasing external markers like money or recognition. This level of reflection can start at any time in your life. In fact, try starting today. Whether it's taking the first step toward a goal, setting boundaries, or exploring new opportunities, waiting will only leave you with regret. 1 year from now, when you look back, you'll be grateful you took action. Say no to distractions like emotionally draining people and yes to things that feed your energy and purpose. Small, consistent actions will build momentum and lead to results that might feel out of reach right now. Also remember that luck isn't something that just happens. It's something you create through effort. Reaching out to others, putting your work into the world, or staying disciplined in your habits opens up opportunities. When you keep showing up, you increase your chances of success, even if it feels slow. Consistency builds habits, and habits make doing the right thing almost second nature. Your failures will reveal what matters most to you. Losing money, facing rejection, or encountering setbacks can highlight your priorities and show you where your focus may need to shift. For example, if you've been prioritizing success at the expense of important relationships, it's worth recognizing that those connections won't always be there. Time with the people you care about is irreplaceable. Setbacks can serve as reminders to reassess your priorities and invest more in what truly matters. The only definition of success that matters is your own. If you let the world decide what success means for you, you'll constantly feel like you're falling short. Instead, focus on what makes your life meaningful. Every failure, every mistake, and every step forward shapes your story. Be proud of your battle scars. They show the struggles you've faced and the strength you've gained along the way. Small, consistent actions shape success. If waking up early often feels like a slog, the problem probably has nothing to do with the time you're getting up, but rather whether you've prepared properly. A good morning depends on a good night's sleep. Without it, your mornings can feel sluggish and unproductive, no matter how early you wake up. The same principle applies to success in other areas of life. Small, consistent habits make all the difference. The author's blogging journey is a testament to how consistency fosters growth and unlocks unexpected opportunities. When he began writing regularly in 2005, it not only helped him develop discipline, but also allowed him to build a body of work that eventually led to new possibilities, including the chance to write a book. Simply showing up day after day eventually opened doors he never imagined. Of course, you're going to encounter struggles along the way, and this is a big but, what these struggles actually mean is entirely up to you. For example, if a colleague's behavior feels dismissive, ask yourself whether it's a reflection of your abilities or simply their own inability to connect. Assigning thoughtful meaning to your challenges allows you to grow from them, instead of being weighed down by self-doubt. Curiosity is another driver of growth. Questions you hesitate to ask, perhaps because they seem too basic or risky, can often lead to clarity or open new doors. For instance, asking someone why they've been distant might repair a relationship, and sharing your own ideas can inspire collaboration. These simple actions can lead to unexpected results if you give them the chance. Ultimately, what shapes your success isn't rigid discipline or chasing perfection. It's choosing habits and actions that align with your values. By focusing on deliberate, meaningful steps, whether that's prioritizing rest, understanding struggles, or showing curiosity, you position yourself for growth. So ask yourself this right now. What small change can I start with today? Live with awareness, your eyes wide open. Imagine facing a decision where no outcome feels entirely right, but staying still seems even worse. That often happens when you realize something in your life isn't working. It's awareness, not blind confidence, that helps you see this and act on it. When you weigh your options carefully, even without knowing where they'll lead, you're choosing a path forward instead of staying stuck. Guarantees aren't the goal. What matters is trusting that change. Even uncertain change will prevent later regret. What keeps most people trapped is fear, not laziness. Whether it's a fear of failure, rejection, or success, it stops you from moving. But standing still guarantees one thing: you'll never learn what could have been. Every action teaches you something, whether it succeeds or fails. Sitting idle teaches nothing except how to live with the weight of not trying. Living for others is another kind of trap. Many of the things we do are less about what we want and more about pleasing someone else. This creates emotional debts, words left unsaid, apologies never made, and time wasted on things that don't matter. These debts grow heavier the longer they sit unpaid. Being true to yourself might be challenging, but it's no harder than living for everyone else's approval. The way you spend your time shows what you care about most. Unfinished tasks and abandoned goals often aren't because of time, but misplaced priorities. Joy and satisfaction shouldn't be dismissed either. People can tell when you're genuinely happy, and that energy fuels success in ways no title or salary ever could. Struggles are inevitable, but you get to decide which ones are worth it. You can fight to follow someone else's rules or choose to build a life that fits your values. It's in making that choice, however difficult, that you'll discover what truly matters to you. At the heart of entrepreneurship are resilience, growth, and impact. Starting and running a business demands resilience and a willingness to learn through mistakes. Entrepreneurs aren't defined by titles or owning a company. What sets them apart is their ability to take responsibility for solving problems and challenging the status quo. At first, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new beginnings, but the real test comes when obstacles emerge. Building a team, solving complex issues, and navigating setbacks all require an unshakable commitment to your purpose, whether it's seeking fulfillment, happiness, or peace. Leadership is central to entrepreneurial success. A leader's strength lies in understanding and empowering their team. People perform their best when they feel trusted, respected, and connected to a meaningful goal. Trust, given early, allows individuals to exceed expectations, often surprising even themselves. Leaders who cultivate autonomy within their teams create an environment where people thrive independently, and decisions no longer hinge on a single person's presence. The way leaders handle difficult moments sets the tone for their teams. Staying calm when challenges arise inspires confidence, while losing composure erodes trust. Instead of pointing out what people are doing wrong, great leaders highlight potential through actions, leading by example and encouraging growth. Teams are more motivated by leaders who believe in their abilities than by those who micromanage or criticize. It's easy to mistake a good idea for success, but an idea alone isn't enough. Most ideas aren't entirely new, and securing funding is just the first step, often bringing more pressure and responsibility. True success comes from execution, the ability to solve real customer problems. In the end, a founder's credentials or background matter far less than their ability to deliver results. Ultimately, the most successful businesses are built on strong cultures. Respect, trust, and opportunities for growth create a workplace where people feel empowered to lead. True entrepreneurship focuses on solving real problems, creating meaningful solutions, and leaving an impact that endures beyond financial success. Money buys freedom, but not without discipline. The author's father once told him that growing up without money could push him in one of two directions. He'd either spend his life chasing it or grow beyond it. This perspective stayed with him, profoundly shaping his understanding of money. Money can bring freedom, but only if you learn to respect and manage it wisely. Growing up without much money can either make you obsessed with chasing it or dismissive of its importance. Both approaches have pitfalls. It's easy to get caught up in mistakes, like underestimating taxes and inflation, or taking on loans without fully understanding the math. You might think real estate or startups will offer quick returns, but illiquid investments can leave you cash-strapped when emergencies arise. Ignoring liquidity is a common misstep, and so is breaking investments prematurely for short-term needs, which disrupts compounding, a process that takes years to show meaningful growth. Many people make the mistake of maintaining a lifestyle they can't afford, assuming the future will bring a windfall to cover it. This only leads to mounting debt and fewer options down the road. Others gamble on market highs and lows or follow trends out of fear of missing out, only to face losses. It's smarter to invest consistently and focus on your long-term goals instead of reacting emotionally. Another trap is undervaluing time. You might spend hours trying to save a small amount, but fail to prepare for bigger opportunities like negotiating your salary. Your time is a resource, one that needs as much careful management as your money. Similarly, people often compare their wealth to others without considering the choices behind it. Money is a result of decisions, not the reason for making them. Instead of copying others, understand your own goals and risks. You may have been taught that saving is enough, but investing is what helps money grow. And while buying a house or expensive items might feel like building assets, they don't always generate value. True assets, like stocks or businesses, create wealth even when you're not working. Starting early matters too. Every year you delay investing makes it harder to catch up later. Ultimately, money isn't evil or reserved for the exploitative. It's a tool, and how you use it determines whether it serves you or controls you. Learning to invest patiently, avoid debt, and appreciate the power of compounding can open the door to financial freedom, and that's a privilege worth working for. Relationships thrive when you start with self-awareness. Relationships are where you experience the greatest growth and face the deepest challenges. But every relationship you build stems from the one you have with yourself. Ask yourself, would I want me as a friend? Would I trust myself as a partner? Would I respect myself as a mentor or boss? If there's a version of me I'd rather not be, why do I keep living as that version? These questions don't just shape how you see yourself, they shape how others relate to you. The change you want in your relationships begins when you choose to confront these answers and grow. Much of what makes relationships thrive comes down to communication. If you're upset with someone, talk to them. If you're upset with yourself, ask what's really going on. Miscommunication often lies at the heart of conflict, but the right words can transform problems into solutions. Gratitude strengthens bonds when it comes from a place of sincerity. By contrast, holding on to resentment drains your energy and keeps you tied to the very pain you want to leave behind. Choosing forgiveness releases that burden, giving you back your peace. Acts of kindness and moments of empathy define strong relationships. Kindness doesn't depend on recognition. It means staying true to your values. Empathy requires understanding of another person's perspective without judgment. Respect goes beyond understanding. It celebrates someone's strength and choices, even in the face of hardship. Protecting your peace sometimes means setting boundaries. It's not selfish to distance yourself from relationships that drain you. It's self-preservation. Family experiences shape you early, often leaving marks that take years to understand. Parents, though foundational, are human. Their love may guide you, but their flaws can also challenge you. Gaining independence, both financial and emotional, creates the space to respect them while following your own path. The lessons you carry, perseverance, modesty, and the strength to move forward, often come from their example, even in difficult times. Love, like happiness, requires effort. Believing you are worthy of love allows you to accept it fully. Defining success on your own terms, rather than relying on external expectations, leads to a life that feels authentic. Strong relationships reflect the care and respect you show yourself. When you build from this foundation, you create a life filled with connection, purpose, and meaning. In this blink of Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo, you've discovered that true growth stems from small, consistent actions and a deep connection to your values. Success isn't about grand gestures or quick wins. It's built over time through habits that align with what truly matters to you. Whether it's waking up with purpose, investing patiently, or showing up consistently, these seemingly small efforts compound into transformative results. Failures and setbacks aren't roadblocks. They're opportunities to learn and refocus. Every misstep reveals your priorities and strengthens your resolve. By reflecting on these moments, you can shift your perspective, turn challenges into growth, and create a life that feels both authentic and fulfilling. The key is staying self-aware, making intentional choices, and embracing the lessons that each experience brings. Your relationships, leadership, and even financial freedom depend on clarity and discipline. Strong connections start with self-awareness, leadership thrives on trust and empowerment, and financial success grows through patience, discipline, and a long-term mindset. By prioritizing what fuels your energy and letting go of what drains it, you create a life of alignment, purpose, and impact. Ultimately, the path to a meaningful life isn't defined by others, it's shaped by you. Through consistent action, self-awareness, and a commitment to your values, you'll create the success and fulfillment you seek. Okay, that's it for this blink. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please take the time to leave us a rating. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next blink.